Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Journey to the Farlands for the 400th episode. Oh my god. And the first episode of the new year. It is officially 2025, of course, as most of you, most if not all of you guys would know. Be pretty surprised if it wasn't already the, common knowledge. But anyway, Journey is 11 gigabytes, 808.3, right, 11,808.3 megabytes. There we go. Not 11 megabytes. I don't even remember what I said, but anyway, I am here with a whole new 100 now in Journey. And today is kind of a bit of a special. I don't got much planned. I'm just going to kind of commentary it up a bit and just kind of probably overlap a little bit with previous discussion. I was debating bringing someone on for the episode, but I couldn't really think of any ideas presently. Because I think Devin is busy, and I don't know about Cherry, but well, I managed to at least make it here myself. And out of food for thought, and I did do this before the episode, so you don't have to deal with me pausing the stream just to try and figure something out. I did have a bit of a curiosity as to when episode 300 was, because if you do not know, if you're just like watching this, kind of unaware of a lot of the stuff of this during Farland series, is this is actually the longest hundred of episodes ever in this series. I think anyway. I feel like that's safe to say. And and the reason why, oh, this is so cool. I love this area that I slept in the end of last episode. Beautiful spot. But I think it is safe to say, because I ran some quick numbers before the episode, and I was looking on the YouTube channel to see when episode 300 was, and it was March 14th last year. Oh, it's strange to say last year, but I've already kicked in the gear to saying last year for 2024. I went good riddance last night, and it's history now. Anyway, but no, yeah, it was March 14th, which is 293 days ago. So that's quite some time to be in the 300s. And I mean, it's a multitude of things. I think there's a lot of things that were affected by not only school, but also the Farland anniversary this year, because Farland anniversary actually had a bit of an impact on a bunch of other stuff because it was so long. It was like 40 episodes just for that, and those are non-numbered. So that definitely delayed the 400th episode. 300. I was on like 366 for like months, like 2 months pretty much. And then by the end of August, I was back into the 300s. And then I was doing weekly episodes instead of daily. And so that was a bit of a shift. So it's been a long time coming to get to 400, and I'm glad it was around this time. Actually, it was a nice quinky dink that it ended up actually being on New Year's. Well, it was supposed to be on New Year's, but I didn't get an episode out the other day because I was playing lots of games and stuff, and I kind of lost track of time, and Journey wasn't really on my mind that day. But I did manage to get an episode out yesterday, and today is kind of the New Year's episode. I don't really do much of anything for New Year's, in terms of like videos. Much like, I mean, Christmas even. Like Christmas is probably also another very impactful holiday, and I don't really do anything related to that. I guess I did like a commentary this year for Christmas as well, but honestly, like my seasonal specials, there's not very much I do for them anymore, apart from like the Halloween one and maybe April Fool's, but I don't know if I'll do one next year. We'll see. I got like, or not next year, this year. I got 4 months to think about it. Might have that kind of thing in my system still of like being like, oh, this year, next year, this year. Anywho, such is how it is being on the first day of the year. January 1st. January 1st. Oh, but man, yeah, it's been a time. It's been good. My break is almost over, which is unfortunate. I'm enjoying my break a lot, but I've gotten to do a lot of stuff that I've been meaning to do for a while, so it's been good to just chillax and visit with people, family, and all that before I'm back in the wolves again in a week here. But no, it's good. It's good, and I'm glad to be here doing the Journey episode or the special. I don't think I've done a special for a while. Like I said, there's the Christmas one, but it was just really a semi-Christmas related commentary, and this one's just kind of. I mean, I've been kind of pondering about the year already, so it won't be much new stuff, I'm sure. But I do have some topics that are brand new to talk about that I've been kind of recently came across. But I should check out the spawner first. Speaking of which, the spawner last episode, that was wild, wasn't it? Or not last episode, one of the last episodes, the double feature, late night double feature. I think that was I don't know if it was a commentary or not. I think I think I actually did find it during the commentary portion of the episode. But that was pretty cool to see. Oh, I could eat some bread actually. But yeah, I found like a double spawner. It was so clean. If you want to see it, you can look in the thumbnail of the late night double feature episode. That's actually what it's called. Because I found the spawners right next to each other. And not only were they on the surface, but they're also connected, conjoined, and in such a perfect way as well. And it was really cool to see. I don't think I've never seen spawners quite so clean as that. I'm so used to seeing the surface spawners, which is just an alien concept to, I'm sure, modern Minecraft players or people who have played anything beyond beta. I mean, it was kind of weird for me to discover surface spawners in the beta Minecraft because I didn't really know that was a thing. It's never really been a thing in modern Minecraft, at least to my knowledge. So it's a bit of an oddity, a bit of a beta oddity, I must say. But yeah, usually this time of year is the time everyone's doing has their New Year's resolutions and stuff. I don't really do them, honestly. I'll be honest, I don't really do them. It's not a bad idea, I guess, but I find that you're always making goals anyway. I always have like super ambitious goals and like some more manageable goals anyway, like throughout the year anyway. So that's not really anything special. I don't really have any like channel based goals either. I think I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, and whatever happens. That's usually how I roll. So I guess that'll be this year again. I might try and have something strike a bit more. I think a fun goal. I mean, last year I had better than adventure, but I kind of want to have like a series go longer, or maybe have a bit more of a successful series. I mean, Journey is of course the big one for the channel, and that's great. But I want to put attention into some other stuff this year. I mean, not only school, because I'll probably be doing that for the most part. But when I'm not doing that, I want to put it energy into like the server, because I've been seeing like this like kind of trend popping up or cropping up in YouTube in the algorithm. Like I've been seeing a lot of stuff in my recommended, probably just because I watch a lot of Minecraft content, but I've seen kind of like a new trend emerging, and it's been interesting to see. It's kind of interesting seeing these trends kind of pop up, because I feel like I'm not really as aware of them, or I wasn't really as aware of them historically. So I feel like it's interesting to be able to comment on them now and be more aware of it, as I'm kind of, I'm kind of feeling a similar thing where, it's kind of like a similar thing going on. But the whole thing I've been seeing is all these videos. I mean, me and Devin were joking about when we hung out just last night about the forever worlds, which is not really an unheard of concept. It's more so this kind of movement in the Minecraft community, at least from what I've seen recently, of people, especially like smaller names, starting forever worlds, like purposely calling them forever world. And me and Dev were just like, oh, we're starting the forever world kind of thing. But no, it's very interesting. I mean, of course, there's a good chance that a lot of them are just kind of, have a few episodes and they're done. Like, honestly, how it is for the most part, for me, how it's been for a lot of things. the 2-week phase or whatever you call it, that kind of thing. And it's a little bit different for me. It's not quite the 2-week phase exactly, but I think that is a relevant discussion, and I've been talking about that kind of stuff for a long time. I'm not saying I'm starting a forever world. It's because I think I already like have something close to that already. Like I don't think I need to go out chasing for something that's already kind of in front of me. And that is, I mean, Devin said Journey to the Farlands, which, I mean, he's not wrong. It's not wrong in the fact that it's a long-term world. I just don't know if this is my forever world kind of thing. I don't think Journey to the Farlands is going to be a thing I'm playing for eons and eons. I mean, it'll probably take a long time to get there to the Farlands, and depending on what I do at the Farlands, it may take a good amount of time. So it very well may be like a very long-term world. It already is 2 years, well over 2 years now. But I don't really see it as like a forever world though, or at least what I envision my forever world being like. And I think the closest I probably have right now to a forever world, quote unquote, is Renewcraft, the SMP I'm a part of. And I don't really envision it going on for absolutely ages and ages, like forever. I just want something to go on for like a good lick of time. I'm so used to a lot of the worlds that we run, like my friend group. We always run worlds, and they don't last 2 weeks. I mean, some of them, it's not far off for some, but we're lucky to get like a year or a half a year out of a world. Like that's only happened a few times. Even like the half a year. We had like a half a year long world. I guess that started over a year ago now. A new craft, as you would know it. And it's been a bit of a rocky path with getting something that works. And I've been kind of, if I'm being honest, I've been kind of having a bit of doubts about the recent SMP. Not in anything really, any new sense. I think it's kind of the same old thing for me. I think what I have realized though is that I just kind of need to give it patience and take my time away from it when I need it, kind of thing. I feel like I always put that pressure on myself to keep going, because like, oh, if I don't keep going, then it's just gonna stop, and I'm not gonna want to do anything when I come back, kind of thing. But I think you need to take the breaks and stuff, and it's a real easier said than done kind of situation. But I think that's probably the closest I'll get to having a world I'm properly committed to. Like that's not just like a challenge like Journey or that kind of thing. Easily, this world is like that kind of thing for me, where it's like there's not, but the big difference I guess with Journey is that it's not really a creatively intensive world. The only real creative part is the outposts, and those are only like once every few months. While in the case of recently, it's like almost once a year now. I'm sure it'll become a bit more sparse as I go through school and whatnot. But still, the outposts are kind of the only creatively involved part. Whereas in a normal world, you'd have stuff going on all the time, and you'd there's kind of always a need to feed in new ideas and new kind of inspiration, motivation and stuff. So I think there's a lot more opportunity for burnout and that kind of thing. The lack of motivation. It's been a common topic in my episodes. I'm sure you guys who actually watch the episodes thoroughly or have seen a good bunch of them probably know that. But I think with the whole like thing of forever worlds, it's a kind of a thing I've been very vocal about. But I'm just gonna kind of see what happens with Renewcraft. I'm not. I think in the past I would very often just cut things off, and I'm just that kind of person. Like if it doesn't work, then I'm not giving up per se, but I'm like just not really gonna bother with it, Like if I can tell that I'm getting some friction with it, then I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna come back at it with a fresh mind, kind of thing. And usually the fresh mind was, easiest was just a clean slate, a new world. But I realized that the amount of effort I've put into the game over the past, 4+ years could have been very easily concentrated into, a single or a few worlds, rather than over a dozen, probably nearing 15 or 20 these days. By proper worlds, I mean the worlds that I've gone in with an honest commitment, and not like test worlds, not like things of like, oh yeah, let's see what these seeds look like and stuff, so I can find a seed, or like building worlds or that kind of thing. I'm talking purely like worlds that we've gone in with the intention of them being around for a second. And I think the closest we're at now, I guess, is with the Renewcraft, and that's probably my best shot at playing a normal Minecraft world. Like the normal, like the standard game, and not like through some ulterior thing. That's probably my best bet, and developing areas and things, and furthering my skills and whatnot with the game. Because I always like to challenge myself that way. I think that's a good thing to keep the motivation. But I think another big piece of it, of course, with multiplayer is the people as well, which I put way less pressure on that. Of course, now that the server is much smaller and has way fewer people than in previous iterations. But no, it is a very interesting topic nonetheless. Kind of funny that I'm sure me at one point would have actually just hopped on the bandwagon and been done like, I'm going to start a forever world. I think I actually did. Would not consider that. I was kind of just playing with the idea, but I don't really feel the need to do that because I already have my forever world candidates laid out in front of me. There's not really any mystery here. I don't need to start a new world. I don't think. Sure, it's a good idea to have a bit of a refresh, but it becomes less of a refresh when you're doing it every like 4 or 5 months or less. But that's kind of my thoughts on that whole thing. I think it's kind of interesting that's happening, that people are just becoming so like aware. I mean, it's always been a thing that people have been aware of, like the 2-week phase or whatever, but the forever world thing is kind of interesting to me, at least how like popular it's been, because it's these, like I said, like these smaller names doing it. It's not like the big names, because a lot of the big names actually do have their like forever worlds or whatever, because I feel like a lot of like smaller creators, I mean, I'm sure myself included, have that kind of inherent issue, much like a lot of people in the community, because a lot of the bigger names seem to have found their groove, and I think I'm still kind of figuring out a lot of that. It's I'm like, oh yeah, sure, like I know like my playstyle and stuff, but I feel like there's just like stuff that's missing for me, like enjoyment, to get like the full enjoyment. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure exactly where to put my finger on, what to put my finger on for that. But yeah, that is some food for thought anyway, just from what I've seen recently. But yeah, no, it last year was certainly quite the year. I started probably 4 times as many series as I did in the year before. I think 2023 I had way less stuff going. And last year was kind of a year of experimentation. And this year I want to try and go for a bit more of a year of stability instead of experimentation. I want to try and like get in that groove and just be happy in it. I think just because I'm kind of like about the server right now, and a lot of things is just because I'm like about it right now doesn't mean I won't be able to just have my outlook change on in that regard in due course. I don't think it's impossible to say, because I could definitely come back to the server with a bit refreshed, and I already do have ideas for what I want to do when I go back to the server. Mainly progression oriented stuff, just so I can start working on some of the projects I want to actually do. And I know there's a bit of a trap in progressing too quickly, but it's also been a month since the world started, so I could probably get on with some of the stuff I actually want to do at this point. And it's not like I'm going to be playing the world super crazily. I'm not going to be doing like hours and hours on end kind of thing. I just don't play Minecraft that way. Maybe Journey, but not like a traditional world anyway. But no, it's been yeah. Last year was crazy for series. How many did I even start? I feel like I started around a dozen, or if not more. And I revived a lot of things that kind of fell on their face. I know a lot of stuff kind of I tried to bring back, and I realized that I need the right opportunity to bring stuff back. And it's not just like, oh yeah, I'll just do that because I want to do it. I need to have a bit more in mind. I definitely know that. I'm still gonna keep trying things. I like to just stream things. And I did with that with Phasmophobia most recently, and I do have another stream that I'm gonna get up on the channel, even though it's not like my it's not like a crazy exciting video. I still enjoyed doing it with Nico, so I'm gonna still put that on the channel at some point soon. Um, but I'm still up for experimentation. I just want to try and get some stuff that sticks, and I know Subnautica is something that I still want to do, and I will be doing that on Saturday, which I think I've missed a good handful of Saturdays, but it doesn't have the I've just been really busy actually most of December. It's been a crazy December was crazy. It was a wild month. So, same goes for the 2024 overall, but yeah. I think most of the craziness of the year kind of came in the latter half for me, definitely. The first half of 2024 was good. I actually really liked the beginning of the year. But yeah, it was crazy. And I've learned a lot going out of it. I feel like I'm definitely a lot different. And I think I said that like a point like earlier in the time, like maybe like a year ago or whatever, where I was like, I learned a lot from the year before. I mean, you do. That's you're always kind of learning and making mistakes and whatnot. That's the human thing of it, human element. That is for certain. But yeah, move on, yeah, move forward, and whatever sticks, sticks. Yeah, there's a bit of discipline with some things. Like I need to probably have a bit of discipline with the server and stuff. Like I need to guide myself a bit more. And I'm going to try and do that when I come back. And we'll see what I want to work on. I think I'm not going to quite have myself attached to everything I was doing before. I had plans when I left it behind a few weeks ago. And I've been kind of distant to the server recently. Just because, I mean, I did hop on it not too long ago. I think I talked about that, but I did hop on and say hi to everybody, but I've just been taking my time away from it. I've been kind of feeling a little bit like about it, and I'm gonna come back when I feel a little bit better about it, and I'll get some stuff done. Well, yeah, at my own pace. All right, let's get a bed placed. But yeah, that's the server and the whole Forever World thing. Guess I could talk about something journey related now. Almost at 8 million. That's fun. 8 million is coming up really soon. I'm excited to reach a brand new milestone. And that's another one of the milestones that's going to be wild. I mean, there's the outpost thing, how it's been like almost a year. Well, not almost a year. In June, it'll be a year. So it's like half a year since my last outpost. And it's been quite some time since 7 million. No, that one I didn't check. I might actually see. The 7th of August. Whew. Yeah, it's also been around half a year. It's been longer than half a year since the outpost actually, because it was June. So no, yeah, about half a year, and then like a good handful of months since 7 million. But I soldier on and I press on to the Farlands as always. I get like a lot of comments of people being like, "Don't stop, don't stop, keep going to the Farlands. You'll make it one day." And yep, I will. I wouldn't still be walking if I didn't have faith that I'd make it at this stage. That is for damn sure. Oh man, this is kind of a cool like shallow area. I think that spot over there is kind of neat. Uh, I guess it'll still probably be a few months. Yeah, like I said, it might even still be a full year or just under a year to the next outpost. Well, not like from now, but from the last one. It'll probably be a matter of months. Because judging on the diamonds, I'm still going to be able to probably do quite a bit of marathoning in the summer before I even have to worry about the outposts, even with like the current way of things. Even because I'll still probably just be managing to do weekly episodes. And I'm going to try and put a lot more energy into school. And I didn't really think I put enough in the last few months with all the crazy stuff I was doing. So I'm going to scale it back and not focus on streaming as much for the next few months, which is a bit unfortunate for the channel. But I mean, January is kind of the quiet month for YouTube anyway, and April will probably be when I'm completely back in color kind of thing, and I'll be able to fully commit to a bunch of things again, like I have during the break, or I briefly did. I kind of realized that I took way too much on in way too short of a time, and I'll save some of that for a later point, probably this summer. I don't even know where the mic died, but it was dead. I've just been prattling on to myself. I guess I could rewind the tape a little bit, depending on where the commentary left off. The Forever Worlds. I want to get a lot done on Renew Craft this year. I want to kind of come back in a few months' time and be able to say that I did something. I think that's really where I want to put my energy, apart from school, these next few months. And of course, the Subnautica stuff. And I think I want to try and do Factorio over the summer. So in a few months' time, I'll probably be doing a Factorio series and whatever else I can figure out to do in that time. But I think like Journey, Renewcraft, and Subnautica will be more than enough to get me through the weeks and months here. So that's kind of where I last left off in conversation. That sucks. I hate when my mic does that. It doesn't even let me know when it's gonna. So usually it does let me know when it's gonna die. I should probably just play Minecraft with like the mic plugged in, because I swear this battery. I mean, it lasts a long time, but it just goes out at like the most unexpected times. That's the worst when it happens on stream and no one's here to let me know. That was lovely looking over to the side and seeing that there was like no nothing like going like, oh, there's no mic, no nothing, no nothing. But I was just prattling on about various things anyway. I'm sure nothing. I didn't really break any significant ground since the mic died in conversation. Just kind of, as I said, prattling on. So yeah, the Forever World thing. That was kind of that topic. I was talking about this year and kind of last year. Of course, a bit of a reflection. How many series I did. I'm sure the mic was going at that point when I was talking about like my dozen or whatever series I've been doing, or I started last year, or more. I'm sure I did more than that. It was like the year of series and journey. A lot of prosperity last year. Kind of quiet period there. First half. Already tired too. That's wonderful. But I had a good New Year's though. I guess I could talk about New Year's a bit. I usually don't do much for New Year's. Usually it's just with family or whatever, ball drop or whatever, as it were. But it was I actually got to do it with a bunch of friends. Like I said, I hung out with Devin and a few other friends, so that was good. It was lovely to be able to hang out with people and do that for a night, and that was a splendid time. That was really good. Because yeah, I don't remember the last time I've actually done something like that for New Year's. It's usually a more mundane holiday for me. It kind of just comes and goes most years. I'm just like, yeah, New Year, and then that's it for me. And I know, I guess probably for many people it's the same, but for some people, I'm sure it's a bit more significant with other holidays happening and things, like Chinese New Year and that kind of thing, with like more stuff like that. And some people just party hardy for New Year's, and I'm just not one of those people. I'm not a very active person in terms of like parties and get-togethers and stuff. Well, I do get-togethers a lot, but not parties, I guess. I'm not like a real rowdy, or I don't know. I don't really do that kind of stuff. Never really did. And the only times I did, it was a long time ago. And it was interesting that I guess if I were to kind of go back a year ago to like where I was, I guess my goal last year actually was to reach the Farlands in due course, like pretty quickly last year, because I had, well, I mean, on paper, I had months upon months upon months. Well, not months upon months upon months, but like a good deal of time. I had basically like the end of January until late August, which is like half a year of just doing nothing. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do Journey, and I could go super far with it. And I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good in that sense, but I don't think I did good, as like good as like getting to the Farlands, because clearly I'm still like 7.8 million. I'm like, well, how close would I be at this point? Here's a good question. I have not checked how close I am to the Farlands. It's pretty easy to tell. It's still like a magnitude of a few million, of course. Well, more than a few, but let me quickly 780 or 7,838,340. It will go minus the Farlands. Around 4.7 million. So I'm still around 5 million. Wow, that's wild. I'm still around 5 million away, just under 5 million to the Farlands. That's a long way to go still. Holy, but a long way I've come. A long way I've gone in this way. So, think positive. I may still have a long journey ahead of me, but I've had an even longer one behind me. It's not like the beginning of the journey where it was like, oh, I'm like 1,000 blocks into, 12.5 million kind of thing. Or, a matter of like 100,000 or that kind of thing, I think being this far in, it's made it a lot easier. I wouldn't say there was much pressure in the beginning at all, actually. I say that, but I think that's just kind of like dramatizing it a bit, because I was actually pretty good about it in the beginning. I think it was more so a thing of like me thinking this was such a mundane thing that it would I would not really be still doing it after a long enough while. Like, it just felt like such a crazy big task. And I think even now I'm still surprised I've managed to get out this far. But I'm not going to, I don't even know what I was saying. But yeah, it's nice that I made it out this far regardless. I kind of just like trailing off. I was like thinking of something, but it just kind of slipped my mind. The train of thought left the station before I could even catch it. But no, just because it was 293 days since the last 100 doesn't mean I haven't been doing episodes and stuff. I still did Farland Anniversary, and I still did all the crazy stuff this year. Or last year, it was such a time with finding the spawn chunks, doing my biggest and most ambitious outpost. So I think having like one outpost last year was pretty fair given the scale of it. I think it was my biggest. I don't think it was the most time I've put into an outpost. I think that's still the Citadel. So the Citadel might still be my biggest, but Ulfinum was quite the task. Quite the task. It was kind of an original idea that I had, based on the idea of like a sky base idea. And of course, if you guys haven't seen it, which I'm assuming most of you haven't, it was like this a base of Ulfinum is like a biblical angel. Has like a bunch of rings with eyes and a big central eye, and I made basically the base is a bunch of rings, and I think I remember calling it ring thing initially, but it was kind of this. I called it Ulfinum actually mainly because it was because my spawn base I call the origin. The midpoint is Ulfinum, and then the end of the journey is called Oblivion. If you haven't put two and two together from the notification, the Twitch notification, which was based on the first episode I did of Journey, Walking to Oblivion, which was initially just like a joke on like the endless walking, like you're just walking into oblivion. I think it's actually a bit of a spelling mistake if I were to see it through that lens, so it's kind of funny that it made it through. But in the sense of an outpost, it does work. Well, it's not an outpost actually; it's the base. I'm not going to call it an outpost because outposts, at least in the journey sense, I don't know exactly how the real definition is, but My definition for the world here for an outpost is actually just somewhere I kind of stop and I like, it's almost like a camp. Like I'm just there for a matter of days and then I leave. You know, um, I'm not, there forever kind of thing. I'm only there for a matter of time and then I leave. Whereas I think Oblivion, the final, my main base in this world, which I'm assuming will be the main base, is I don't really know what the plan is for Oblivion. I've got some vague ideas. I'm not gonna. I've talked about them before, but I don't really. I'm not gonna worry about talking about them at this stage in the journey, just because I'm still going and I've got probably a good few years left in me of walking at this rate anyway. And I guess I'll see after this year, after 2025, really how the rest of the journey is going to be. Because I don't really think I'll get to the Farlands this year. I do have, I mean, well, that's April, May, June, July. So that's 5 months. That's almost the same amount of time as last year. Um, which I did kind of think it would be possible back then. And I'm probably like over 1 million ahead. So it's even less. But big but there. There's work, there's other stuff I want to commit to. So am I going to reach the Farlands this year? Less likely than I thought for last year, for sure. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. If I put my mind to it well and truly when I'm not in school, then definitely. And I got winter break at the end too, even if I don't do it during the summer. I'd have to be around 11 million though, by the end of that period, and then I'd still have to do the like 1.5 million or whatever to get to the Farlands during that winter break. Which that would be crazy to do that. That would be so wild. But that still feels, in my eyes, a little bit rushed. You know, um, just because my pacing in this series has been kind of all over the place. And I'm not, I don't got all the time in the world to do Journey, unfortunately. So it's not simply just um, doing more walking because stuff just doesn't allow it. Although in like the free time, definitely that can happen. More walking for the win. But it is cool to be in a new 100 of episodes and pretty soon be past 8 million. I think a reasonable goal for this year is 10 million more so. I want to try and do 2 million this year. Well, yeah, because I'll be almost at 8 million here. That's quite a stretch as it is, but I think 10 million is good. And then next year, the Farlands are probably almost within certainty. I think that's my current plan. Uh, of course, if I feel a little bit more willing this year, I could try and do it this year. All of that this year. If that's something you guys would want, it would just take a lot of longer episodes during the summer. That's all. But I'd definitely be willing to do it. And yeah, I think like during the week until then, it's probably out of the question. I'm gonna be just doing it like once or twice a week probably, but not really more than that, and not for like long periods of time like I would usually do. But I guess that is something up for debate. If that would be cool. I mean, that'd be kind of nice because then it's 3 years. Or I could just keep going beyond this year. I think, like I said, 10 million is probably, if not like 9.5 or whatever. I don't know what the percent goal is or whatever. I mean, 75% this year would be good. 75%. How about that? 75% is, I have it all on my phone, but it is, no, not 13,000. Oh, 1.75. I think that's what it is. Or maybe it's divided. Hang on here. Divided by 0.75. No, wait, what is it? Point 0.75, yeah. Gosh, I never remember this kind of stuff. Times 1.75. It's an additional 75% on top of it. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this calculator here. Oh, because I added a bunch of crap. Oh, there. Oh no, I was right. I just like my calculator was cutting off the end. It's 9.4 million. I think 75% of the journey being down this year is possible. And I think 1,000 subscribers is also possible this year. I'm already fairly close to it. And last year was crazy for the channel as well. Not even just myself. It was a crazy year for me, but it was also a crazy year for the channel too. I don't know, I keep saying crazy, but it's true. Bizarre, wacky, all of those words. Wild, I think is a good word. Hectic. Oh, so much. So much went on. But yeah. And I know it's a bit of a misnomer. I should have said it earlier in the episode, but I kind of find it funny. That's a bit of a misnomer that I say it's been the 400th time of me walking to oblivion, because it's been damn well way more than that, because I've done Fall Anniversary and probably around 100 days of walking prior to the series start, or like prior to episode 13. I think episode 13 was when I started the no commentary, so that was kind of when the archive actually began. But basically before that, it's Wild West. Like episodes 1 through 12 are kind of scattered through various points of the journey. Episode 1 is, I think, already 2 months after the initial beginning. But honestly, at this point, that's like a thin slice of the journey now. Cause that's like what around 1 million blocks. Just over that, because I was already kind of dropping off the amount of episodes I was doing at that point. Or at least slowing down. I was still doing daily, I think, at that point. Daily episode, or daily walking anyway, was pretty common in those days. Not anymore. Not anymore. But still. Oh, I could probably use a boat. I find, I don't know if maybe you guys would know. Do I not use boats very often when I do commentary? I feel like I don't. I feel like I use them way more in no commentary than commentary itself. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the case. Maybe, just maybe. I feel like I still seem to go through them, but I don't know if I put as much emphasis on like the efficiency stuff like that, like boating around and stuff. I could probably go around this way. Actually, speaking of boats and stuff. I was like anticipating doing some marathons and stuff, but I haven't really felt like it. Sounds lazy, I know, but I just been enjoying the break, honestly. I guess that's what I would want for myself, and that's what I'm trying to do, is just enjoy it while I can. And doing Journey all the time just requires a good deal of time. And I do have, yes, I do have the time, but I don't know, I'm kind of fine just doing the Journey every few days like I have been. So I'll probably just keep doing it that way unless things change magically. That's what I mean. Like if I go into it with that like idea of like doing it a lot more, then yeah, I'm gonna probably be doing it like crazy, like in the summer and winter break this year. But I'm also fine with a bit of downtime because I worked my butt off in Journey the first half of last year. Worked my butt off, and I need a bit of rest. I think it was also a lot for the channel last year. It was crazy. I keep saying it, but it is true. I'm a very repetitious person with my words, but I mean it. Oh, is there any way to get through here? Looks like there is not. Oh, there is. Patience, have patience. There we go. All right. Right now to keep going. I just had like Reddit popped open on my iPad, and I love seeing like the big developments in worlds because I don't have a world like that. I don't have a world with like crazy cool stuff going on. So that is, I guess, a bit of a dream of mine is to have a world that's longer than like 5 minutes, and that's not Journey because Journey is, well, it's a great thing. It's not you can't like look around and see. That's kind of what I say. You can look at the coordinates and see the how far I've gone, like, just the crazy amount of time commitment it has taken to get to this point. But I think something really cool is just like a map being, you're able to just wander around and be like, just kind of take you back, like a time machine. I hear that a lot, like basically taking you back to where you were when you did that kind of stuff. And I think that is what I get when I go back to like the old worlds, like Legacy Newcraft, back maybe quite a few years ago now. It's weird saying that because I think I still feel like in some ways the versions that were out in that at that point were just like, they still kind of feel fresh on my mind somewhat. I mean, not really, of course, now that we've got so many more updates, but in a way they're still kind of like, I could just still like imagine the fact that like the Nether update and Village and Pillage were just out recently, and Village and Pillage was like an update that I wasn't really aware of very much. I mean, I think that was around the time of was it? I don't even remember that. I know there was like PewDiePie's series. I remember that. I remember that, like the revival of Minecraft. I feel like I kind of rode that bandwagon back in the day. I'm sure I did, knowing me myself. But yeah, it is. It's certainly interesting. Because I think I had quite a few years where I wasn't really into Minecraft, at least that much. I would always just kind of play worlds for like a little bit. That's just like my thing, that my issue is everything I've done ever in Minecraft has always been through different worlds, and the one world I do have that with the Journey is I can't just look around and see like builds and paths and stuff. There's no like areas, there's outposts, but I can't go back to them. I can only like travel back through like the episodes, which I have done actually. I have gone back a little bit and seen like some old moments and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just as I remembered it, kind of thing. And it's even more so the fact that like I'm going in the Journey here. So I mean, that was like the whole concept, was I turned away from spawn and I just would never see it again. And I'm surprised that I did actually see it. It makes me want to resync my coordinates again, because I think it's every 512,000 blocks on the same axes. There's actually that like spawn glitch that I mentioned back in Farlands Anniversary when I found the spawn chunks again. And so I think I want to try and have the coordinates resynced as much as possible, just to up the chances of seeing that again, because I think that's really cool. And I may have walked by repeat spawn chunks well since then, because I think that was almost a million blocks ago now, I'm sure. It was quite some time ago. Or it was just like, I don't remember. I feel like it was still like the 6 million, somewhere in the 6 million, like probably the latter end of 6 million. It'd be interesting kind of mapping some stuff out, like infographics a little bit for Journey. I think that'd be kind of cool. I might do that at some point, because I have a lot of this information. I can't wait until like the Journey's over. Wow, okay. Can't wait for my favorite world to be over. No, it's not over when the Journey's over. But anyway, I can't wait for the Journey to be over and I could like map out a bunch of cool stuff, because I have a lot of information on the Journey. I wish I had more, but I'm glad I took the information that I did from the get-go. It's really cool, because I actually did initially do like the days, like on the first day of the Journey, I actually like in the notebook, I was writing like how far I had gone in single days. I could actually look at that for you guys. A little bit of an exclusive thing for you guys who've stuck around this far in this episode. Uh, so day 1 of journey, I walked from 0 to 1,771. It was kind of like the same thing as I do with the days now. I do it every day. And I could go through my book here and 5 million, 4 million, 2 million, 3 million, 1 million, the zeros. It's all there. Every episode, every up and down of this series is there. Day 2 was 2,078 blocks walked from 1,771 to 3,849. Day 3 was 2,168. So those are wavering around there. And oh, and I even showed like world size. That's crazy. The world size on day 28 was 199 megabytes. That's so tiny. Like, that's like a single episode. Well, not a single episode. Well, yeah, probably actually. It's quite a bit. Or not, I mean, not very much, but it's quite a bit of walking, I mean. 591 between day 28. Wait, what? The world jumped quite a bit. And I played the world for 15 hours already by day 28. That's that's crazy. I've played this world so much. So much time has gone into this world, and I don't regret it at all. It's been wonderful. But going back to the thing, is 3,849 to 6,017. This was all within the first day. This whole like section of the notebook was all in day 1 of the journey, funnily enough. Because I walked 50, I think, no, it might not have been. It might have been like the first like 2 days I did it, and then I actually switched to like just doing like the days, like the actual days themselves. I think I do actually still have the original document I could share in the Discord, or not share, but I could make an image out of it kind of and put it in the Discord like I have been doing with my notebook, my digitized notebook. So yeah, I won't read out all of those, but you get the idea. I do have the first 35 days of the world written here. And in terms of like the actual notebook itself, every page has like a percentage. Like page 1 of the notebook is from 0 to 8.72% of the journey. And that was, I guess by the end of the first page, I would have already started the series, because that went from the August to October range. And then the next thing was October to December, or very early December, December 1st. And that was, 8% to around 13. 8 to 13%, 13 to 17%, 17 to 22%, 22 to 25%, 25 to 32, 32 to 36, 36 to 41, 41 to 48, 48 to 56, and on the current page, which we are 56% to wherever, I guess it'll be at that point. I could see actually, I guess, where I am at this stage right now. I can see if I could grab my phone wherever I have that. It might just be plugged in. Hang on, give me 1 second though. Oh, it's just right behind me here. Of course, I get it on the floor and I can't grab it because my headphones are plugged in. There we go. Where was I last? 57%. Oh, I have not updated this in a long time. Let me update my coordinate value. It dipped a lot. 7,841,658. August 11, 2026. That's actually probably not far off. I've been doing that for a while. And then this one I could do as, I guess I could get back into the Progress app if you guys remember that. That's like a very old thing I talked about. I have an app called, I think it's literally called Progress. Yeah. I'm 62% of the way there currently. God, what is this? Close. Yeah, get rid of the ads. 62.5% of the way to the Farlands. Right about. I'll be nearing that today. Well, we'll see. It's still, the day is still young. I don't know if I'll go forever tonight. I kind of want to go back to my supermarket simulator. And yeah, I could have streamed it, but I'm just playing it like bulk, and I'm just chillaxing and watching YouTube and stuff while doing it. So there's not very much point in me streaming it. It'll just be like no commentary. I can probably do a series in the future, honestly, when more updates come out as well. Like, after I finish the game, I'm hoping to actually get the last achievement and then just come back after updates, that kind of thing, instead. But yeah, let me update this one as well. This is the updated one. 7841772. April 2026 is what my updated one tells me. Yeah, and I'm below trajectory currently. Probably because I haven't updated it in a long time. And it kind of averaged out like with the old stuff I was adding. Because the last entry is from October. And then the one before that is August. I'm not very consistent with the progress app. That'd be kind of cool to go back to that because it's also a bit of an archive. I could see like my earliest entry in here, which is 4 million in the updated one, around 5 million. And then in the other one, it's 2.02 million. So that's around Outpost 2, I think. Or Outpost, I think that might have been Outpost 2. Or even Outpost 1. I think Outpost 1 was 2 million out. So it was around there. Yeah, January 2023. Oh boy. Wait, that was... Oh no, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, I was like, it's almost a year ago. That seems like forever ago because it was 2024. And that was 2023. Terrific. I think I'm gonna end the episode after this day. Just keep it nice and short and sweet. I was gonna do like a marathon kind of thing. I might even do one later in the week here. But I'm just not into it. Or at least today. I just want to go back to my supermarket game simulator and just chill for the rest of the night. I could actually just journey and stuff, but I kind of want to just do that. Continue where I left off. I'm really into the game. It's a really fun game. It sounds like it sounds crazy talking about it. Like a game running in a supermarket, but it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's been kind of slowing down a bit as I've been getting like further and further with like newer and newer licenses and stuff. But it's great, a lot of fun. And I guess I should take a thumbnail for the episode as well. I don't even know. I don't think I've taken a picture yet today. I'm so bad for that recently. Holy, I've had to like do it in like the last like day or so or whatever of the episode. I should just do it whenever I feel like doing it. Like earlier in the episode, actually, that like spot initially, I was actually debating taking a picture of that. But no, we don't. I don't think of that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is okay. It's all the all just little bits of the world in the thumbnails you'll be able to see. I'm looking forward to eventually at some point showing you guys all the screenshots I've taken in the world thus far, because there's a bunch that you guys would never have seen. I might have briefly shown them in like old episodes, but no one would have seen that much of that when I did show it. So I think it'd be kind of cool maybe around the Farlands to do something like that. I was debating like Farland anniversary this year, but I mean, if I make it far this year, then that might just end up being the case. But anyway, yeah, keep going, keep pressing on. Oh, I figure I should probably. I just saw it on my YouTube page, but I figure I should talk about the leaks as well. The leaked inventory, or like the storage things for like the chest, the ender chest, the the shulker box, and so I feel like there's another one I'm missing. But yeah, the ender chest, the shulker box, and the barrel. Yes, the barrel is the one I was forgetting. And also just the general inventory one that people have found in the files for Bedrock. And since I do play Bedrock as like my main version for like Renewcraft now, I guess that is relevant to me and being a player on that platform. And honestly, Bedrock I feel like has gone quite a good ways. I feel like I always kind of hated on it well, not hated. I'm not really much of a hater, but I was always kind of a bit critical of it in the past. And honestly, yeah, it's not real. It's quite a far cry from Java, at least stability wise. I mean, in a lot of ways, but I think it's improved a lot in stability. And well, it still has its weaknesses and stuff, of course, definitely. And I would definitely say that is a fair point. But no, honestly, like playing Renewcraft, like playing Bedrock, Minecraft again, there's times where I forget that it's Bedrock, and I kind of just, I don't really worry about the fact that like Java and Bedrock kind of distinction thing because I don't really play much Java apart from Journey these days, actually. I did do, I guess, Hardcore Adventures, and I guess that was about it. But Hardcore Adventures I've put on the back burner until I have a bit more time and whatnot. So I guess it's all on Bedrock and old Minecraft, funnily enough. I think that's kind of cool. I've always had a bit of a, what you might call it, a bucket list thing of like having an old world, kind of an old multiplayer like server. I think that'd be kind of cool to do like beta like this with like friends. I think that would be kind of neat. I don't know if I would do that anytime soon. I wouldn't really say that's a goal for this year. It's kind of just like something in the future if I had a group of people. I'd definitely do that in a heartbeat. Which like I've done numerous modern Minecraft servers in a heartbeat and keep doing them in a heartbeat. It's actually kind of the problem. But anywho, that's water under the bridge anyway, for the most part now. Water up or downstream, as it were. But yeah, I haven't been playing a whole lot apart from like the supermarket simulator. I was hoping, like I said, like my main goal was journey oriented, but I think I might focus, funnily enough, on maybe even schoolwork a little bit, so I can freshen up a little bit for the next term. We'll see. Maybe do journey or whatever, whatever happens. I also still have to relocate. I'm moving a bunch of stuff right now. So it might be a bit all over the place as well still. And then it'll, I guess, continue into the term. No, but I should have some time to do some streams and stuff. I definitely want to do the Subnautica stuff. Probably a long Subnautica stream. Or at least fairly long. I always say I want to do a long stream and it ends up being like an hour or whatever, like with friggin' Journey these days, but, it's alright. I'll find my, I have my pace and I'm just going to kind of stick to it how I feel. I'm not going to force myself to stick around in the world for too long. I think it's only fair that I do that. There goes the sun beyond the horizon, as it's probably a good sign for me to wrap up things here. I'm on my last stack of building blocks. I do have the mossy stone, but I'm not gonna use that quite yet. I'm going to save it for outpost maybe. I'll see what I end up doing with it. Who knows? I felt like it would be kind of a cool block to use, regardless of what the next outpost is. No sleeping. It's the end of the episode. I don't know why I don't sleep at the end of the episode. I always just leave it off at nighttime and then sleep in the next one. Kind of dangerous, but anyway, I'm gonna leave before mobs start spawning. Thank you guys for, I guess, tuning in, and those of you who've been supporting the channel for quite some time. I appreciate you guys for all the support last year, and of course throughout the whole channel's history at that point. It's been a good 2024, and I'm looking forward to what's to come this year. So yeah, expect plenty of interestingness for this channel, and craziness in terms of consistency all over the place. But I'm going to try the best I can. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, goodbye.